Today's question, why do people use different grips when deadlifting with a barbell? So the deadlift is an excellent exercise for your full body. It mainly works your hamstrings, your glutes, your lower back. But as the weights get heavier, it also is quite taxing on your forearms and your back. And your grip can be affected. So your forearms literally might not be able to contract hard enough. So your hands might open when you're deadlifting. So there are generally three grips people use when deadlifting. First grip is the one most people should use most of the time, and that's double overhand, where you grip the barbell literally with both your fists pointing towards the floor. That way, when you're lifting it, your grip strength will be limiting factor as you get stronger, which is a good thing because it'll mean you're keeping your lower back safe by not lifting too much weight that you risk injuring yourself. And also it'll stop asymmetries happening in your body. So basically your right and left side will develop evenly. Now, if you get into strength sports like powerlifting, or even Olympic weightlifting or CrossFit or whatever, where there's strength components involved, you may change your grip so you can lift more weights. And the most common way, if you're doing a powerlifting or if you're doing CrossFit where deadlifting is involved in some events, is the over-under grip. So one hand will be pointing towards the floor that way, knuckles down, the other hand will be pointing away from you like that. And basically that makes your grip stronger because so you can hold basically the barbell in your hands easier with heavier weight, and that's the most commonly used grip, simply because it lets people lift more weight. The issues with that grip are most people tend to have a bias like myself where they'll use it in one direction. So I'll always have my left hand facing outward and my right hand facing inward when I deadlift, and that can lead to problems long term with muscle asymmetry body. So basically your back might develop a little bit differently simply because you're gripping the barbell differently. So one thing to avoid that is if you can flip it around between sets or things like that, if you are doing it. But if you're doing a strength sport, generally you won't do that probably because you need to get practice with one way of doing it. So be mindful of that it might develop asymmetries. And you shouldn't use that grip most of the time, only when you're going really heavy. The third grip, and this is mainly used, it's used in powerlifting, but it's also mainly used in Olympic weightlifting, is called hook grip. And hook grip is excellent for gripping the barbell. However, it's very painful to do and you might not want to do it long term. So it literally involves you gripping the barbell and putting your thumb on the barbell and gripping your thumb. So basically you are crushing your thumb into the barbell. And it is it does give you more grip strength for a lot of people. However, it is very, very sore. Most people have like destroyed their thumbs. Literally, they'll like cut open their thumbs. There'll be a bit of deadness and numbness in their thumb, literally from crushing into the barbell. But if you're in Olympic weightlifting, when you need to release the barbell nice and quick and have strong grip, it is excellent. That's why it's used in Olympic weightlifting, and it's also used in powerlifting as well. A lot of people who sumo deadlifts do that grip. So there are the three different grips. The main thing is, look, most people should do double overhand where both their wrists are facing towards their body. It will be perfect for most people deadlifting. It's there's no need to kind of get really heavy for most people unless you're doing a strength sport. If you're doing a strength sport, you should experiment between overhand, underhand, or using hook grip and pick which one you prefer. Just be mindful that when you're doing underhand, the most common one, that it might develop asymmetries in your body and it might lead to injuries and strain in your bicep because your arm, you're going to put more strain in your bicep that way. So just be mindful of that. But that's the story with grips for deadlifting. And I hope that helps, guys. If you have any questions, you can ask in the comments below. And as always, hope you have a good day. Cheers.